Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in this world. I'm DJ Unification, also known as Double Dragon 912. And today, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I got another top 10 for you guys and girls. Wow, actually a top 20. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to do my top 20 favorite modern beat 'em ups of all time. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've done a few modern beat 'em ups in the past, ladies and gentlemen. But this one, I just wanted to redo it for 2026. And all these beat 'em ups, ladies and gentlemen, you can basically find on all your modern consoles. You know, your Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, or it's on PS4, you can get on PS5, Xbox, even PC, ladies and gentlemen. These some games are easy to find in the modern era. And, I'm going to surprise you guys and girls with this. And y'all know I love beat 'em ups. Thinking about beat 'em ups, ladies and gentlemen, when I want to talk about it, gets me so hype. Love me some beat 'em ups. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 20 has to be 99 Vidas. Wow. Now, 99 Vidas, ladies and gentlemen, it's a beat 'em up, of course. And for the longest time, ladies and gentlemen, before Streets of Rage 4 came out, and before Sega decided to get up off their behind and actually sit down and make a proper Streets of Rage 4, this was going to be my Streets of Rage 4, ladies and gentlemen, because they had all the markings and art style just like a Streets of Rage game, and had the special moves just like Streets of Rage. And this game first came out, I think, was on the PlayStation Vita. Then it eventually came out on PS4, Nintendo Switch, and I think PS3, because you buy it on the PS3, I think you get PS4, you get 2 copies of the digital version of it. I've been meaning to try to find a physical copy of 99 Vidas for the PS4, but I know it's on the Switch, but I want a physical copy for PS4, and that joke is hard to find though, ladies and gentlemen. But without that, ladies and gentlemen, it's still regardless of all that, it's still a great game. Good beat 'em up at its finest. Yeah, it's a great game. I highly recommend you get it. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 20 has to be 99 Vidas. Let's keep moving. Moving right along. Moving right along. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 19 has to be Jitsu Squad. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Jitsu Squad is an awesome beat 'em up, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to my youngest brother, Big Ant Crust. Me and him went together and played through this game. This game is amazing. It's got 4-player co-op. Not 2-player, but 4-player co-op, ladies and gentlemen. You play with animomorphic beings. And my favorite character on that was the squirrel-looking dude with the sword. And you do all type of special moves. And shout out to Maximilian. They actually have a hidden special move just for him. Where him and Benny, God rest the dog soul, come together and say, "All right, Benny, let's do this. Hadouken!" And they do a Hadouken on there. Man, that game off the chain, ladies and gentlemen. On different special moves you can unlock, different moves you can play as. Man, awesome game. Awesome game. I highly recommend you pick it up. It's out on PS4, PS5. I know it's on Nintendo Switch. It might be on Xbox also. This is an awesome game, ladies and gentlemen. Highly recommend you pick it up. Only gripe I may have is don't have online co-op. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, find you a couple of friends you play with them. This is a great game. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 19 has to be Jitsu Squad. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 18 has to be Final Vendetta. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Final Vendetta was a kind of like a sleeper, ladies and gentlemen. What happened with Final Vendetta? I think, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments section, Final Vendetta actually came out at the same time as another game on this list. Y'all gonna find out what it is. I ain't gonna spoil the countdown, but it came out at the same time as another popular beat 'em up out there nowadays, and it kind of got left under the radar, ladies and gentlemen, because it, so many great beat 'em ups was coming down out at the time, so it got left behind. And this is a great thing, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a beat 'em up fan, we eating good. There have been so many great beat 'em ups, but other than that, ladies and gentlemen, this is a sleeper. Final Vendetta is basically your typical not hack step, but typical beat 'em up. I give Final Vendetta creators credit on this one. If it ain't broke, they didn't try to fix it. They just added to it. Typical beat 'em up story, but this time the girl in there, I think her daughter gets kidnapped, and the girl and her two friends got to go get together and try to go save her daughter back from the bad guys. This is awesome beat 'em up, ladies and gentlemen. But 6 stage, but it's kind of tough. Final Vendetta got a little difficulty to it, but hey, if you grit your teeth down there, you're a beat 'em up fan, you know how to play beat 'em up for years, you'll get through it. Trust me, it's worth the purchase. I think you can pick this game up on PS4, PS5, Switch. I think it's even on that Bitmap Bureau collection, because I got that on that too, because it comes on that collection too. Great beat 'em up to have, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 18 has to be Final Vendetta. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 17 has to be The Takeover. Wow, now The Takeover, ladies and gentlemen, I need to get me a physical version of this. I need to get back on the hunt for a physical version of this. But this came out on PS4 and Nintendo Switch. And this is a type beat 'em up, ladies and gentlemen. Got a girl on there that fights just like Blaze. She's hot too. And got the guy on there that basically like Axel. And the whole game is about old girl and old dude daughter get kidnapped, and you got to go back and beat up some punks and try to save her daughter from the kidnappers. And this is awesome beat 'em up, ladies and gentlemen. If it wasn't broke, they want to try to fix it. This is added to it. Shout out to my youngest brother on this one. Big Ant Crust, me and him went together on this, played together on this 2-player co-op. We beat it together. It was fun, ladies. It was real fun beat 'em up. Ain't no fuss, no muss, just a plain old beat 'em up. They ain't trying to do too much, and they know the formula, and they just went with it. Love The Takeover. I need to find me a physical version out there. I gotta go look on these internet streets and find me a physical version of The Takeover. But ladies and gentlemen, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 17 has to be The Takeover. ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 16 has to be Fighting Rage. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, Fighting Rage is an awesome old school modern beat 'em up, ladies and gentlemen. This one came out, I think I first downloaded digitally first on PS4, and then when I ended up getting a PS5, they ended up letting me upgrade for free to the PS5 version. Then because I wanted to keep physical media alive, I ended up buying me the PS5 physical version of it. So yeah, I done bought this game multiple times, and it's awesome. This game has multiple endings. Shouts out to my homie Marv. Me and him went through the game a whole bunch of times, which I would have been recording back then, but we went through the game a whole bunch of times, and we unlocked I think about 5 or 6 endings, ladies and gentlemen. But it's off the chain because there's so many different endings you can have. There's one play where you play through where if you save the girl from getting stabbed at the beginning of the game, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you can save her, there's a whole nother story path you can take. There's merging paths. Just replay value. There's a lot of replay value in Fighting Rage, and it's an awesome beat 'em up, ladies and gentlemen. But it got that old school aesthetic to it. But hey, you pick it up on PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, PC. It's on all the modern consoles. I highly recommend you pick it up. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 16 has to be Fighting Rage. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 15 has to be Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragons. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragon was like a sleeper to me, ladies and gentlemen. These cats that did Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragon did a great job. Shout out to Secret Base. I think that's the creators of them. They gave me a little shout out when I was doing their game too. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. And regardless if they hadn't to give me a shout out or not, I'm still gonna, I be unbiased because a good game is just a good game. I don't care if they did give me a shout out. It's cool of them that they gave me one. I appreciate y'all, but I had to give credit where credit due. This is an awesome game, ladies and gentlemen. I highly recommend you pick it up. I first picked this game up on PS4, and then I popped it into my PS5, and it automatically offered me the PS5 version for free. Shout out to Sony for that. And this game is available on PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch. I think it's available on Xbox too, ladies and gentlemen. And what's so tight about this game, ladies and gentlemen, is a very unique take on Double Dragon. At first, I was kind of thrown off about it because the art style. They got the chubby heads, but if you look past the art style, ladies and gentlemen, this game is off the chain, and it has replay value, ladies. You can unlock characters on there. Each time you play through the game, you get enough money to go through the game and unlock different characters you can play. You can play with Bobo, and you play with the third lead brother, Sonny Lee, and there's multiple endings on this game too. It's like 3 different endings. So it is. You got replay value because you can go back through the game, unlock characters, unlock endings, and that gives you a sense to want to play through it again. But ladies and gentlemen, another thing, late entry they added to this. It was not too long, I think maybe a year ago, they added online play through it. Now when I first did the online play on the PS5, it was kind of shoddy. People kept jumping in and out, but hopefully by now, it's been a while since they added online play to it. They probably don't got it fixed by now, but that's tight. It was a late entry that they added online mode, and they added some more characters you can play with. They did a lot of free DLC for this game, and anytime you get free DLC, good job, Secret Base. Good job. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 15 has to be Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragons. Really?
Finally!
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. This kind of might be a little controversial, but it is a modern beater. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 14 has to be River City Girls Zero. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, don't get me wrong. I love the River City Girls franchise. I have River City Girls 1, River City Girls 2, and I have River City Girls Zero. But unfortunately, I have not beat River City Girls 1 and 2. Don't get mad at me. Don't get your pitchforks out. But I am going to beat River City Girls. I'm just trying to go through it on my channel so y'all can watch me beat it together. We can beat it together, you know what I'm saying? So we are family. I got all my beat 'em up fans with me. Anyway, let me stop singing. River City Girls Zero, ladies and gentlemen, basically it's a remaster, a retaking of an old school Super Famicom game. It was called Shin something back in the day. Oh, it came out exclusively in Japan, but shout out to WayForward. We appreciate you, WayForward. They took it and made it and modernized it and made it into, you know, to go in with the River City Girls storyline, because this basically is a prequel to the River City Girls game. You play with Kunio-kun and, you know, two dudes that got kidnapped. You play with them in this game, and you got to go through the game trying to clear your name, break out of prison. And I played through this on my channel. Go check it out on my channel. Y'all want to see it? River City Girls Zero playthrough. It's awesome, ladies and I love this game. It reminds me of old school Double Dragon, and if it wasn't broke, then try to fix it. They did the same thing with it, just added modern vibes to it. You know, added like a little storyline, connected the River City Girls games together, because you can play with, not only can you play with the boyfriends on there, but you can also play with the girlfriend. Sako on there, and an old girl, cute one with the ponytail, she on there too. All of them on there. It's just this technically it is a prequel because it happened way before River City Girls 1 and 2 came out. And shout out to WayForward for remastering that game. They did a great job. Appreciate your WayForward. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 14 has to be River City Girls Zero. Pick it up. Oh yeah, pick it up on PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch. Maybe on the Xbox. Let's keep moving. We got a spinning kick, okay. Stole that from Billy and Jimmy. I'll get you out of there, buddy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep this party rolling. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 13 on my 13 on my top 20 favorite modern beat 'em ups of all time has to be Double Dragon 4. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Double Dragon 4 came out in 2017, and this game catches a lot of flack. A lot of people hate on this game, which is ridiculous. So stupid IGN started that crap, and the guy that was reviewing the game from IGN, he wasn't even no beat 'em up fan. Why you review beat 'em ups? You only like it. That's stupid. That's why y'all, when it comes to video game reviews, do not listen to IGN. IGN is so full of it. He joker gave Demon Slayer a 6 out of 10 because of some stupid reason. Anyways, that's why I don't fool with IGN. When I do News Friday, ladies and gentlemen, very rarely there'll be an article from IGN. Most time I get my news from everybody else but IGN. IGN is trash, garbage. I will not trust them editors over there, them journalists. They are garbage. They are bought and paid for. They always trying to push the agenda. But anyways, sorry y'all, this is supposed to be a top 20. I'm up here going off my IGN. But anyways, That's why I don't like them. But Double Dragon 4 came out in 2017. Came out first on PS4. It was a PS4 exclusive. Then eventually they brought it to Nintendo Switch. And for the longest time, ladies, it was $7.99. It was very cheap. And it's got that old school aesthetic to it. And old school difficulty. So if you play Double Dragon 2, you'll love Double Dragon 4. If you like Double Dragon 2, you like Double Dragon 4, because same type of art style, same exact art style. And it's just in a modern form, ladies and gentlemen, and it's hard. Remember, Double Dragon 2 was a hard video game. Double Dragon 2, The Revenge, that came out on Nintendo, will not hold your hand. Same thing with Double Dragon 4. This game will not hold your hand. When I first played Legend, they did not have where it automatically unlocked the level select from the beginning. Now with the patch they got, I think you can unlock level select, and I think it's got online co-op. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section. But I have the PS4 version, and I have the Switch version, because I bought that Double Dragon collection out there, which is pretty cool to have. Pick that up if y'all have a Nintendo Switch laying around, like I do. Pick up that Double Dragon collection. But that's neither here nor there. Double Dragon 4 is an awesome game. Get slept on. Don't listen to the haters, ladies and gentlemen. You like Double Dragon 2, The Revenge, that came out on Nintendo, you'll like Double Dragon 4. Because basically it's a direct sequel to Double Dragon 2, and it's off the chain. I love Double Dragon 4. Off the chain. Don't let them haters, don't let them fool you by them hating. But coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 13 has to be Double Dragon 4. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 12 has to be Streets of Rage Remake. Wow. Now, this one may be kind of hard for you to find, because I think Bomber Games, shout out to them, they had to take it down because Sega was tripping, talking about some type of rights they was throwing up there. It was just a fan-made game. Sega just was being a-holes at the time. But see, Streets of Rage Remake came out back in the day, and for the longest time, a lot of people was calling this Streets of Rage 4, because we never would get a Streets of Rage 4. Us beat 'em up fans were begging Sega. We was begging and pleading with Sega, make a Streets of Rage 4, make a Streets of Rage 4, make a Streets of Rage 4. They never would make it. So a bunch of type fans like me and you, ladies and gentlemen, got together and made a Streets of Rage remake. A Streets of Rage remake is off the chain, ladies and gentlemen. It's got every Streets of Rage character you can think of in this game, and it's basically, like I said, a remake of Streets of Rage. Got the same Streets of Rage system. You can either play as the Streets of Rage 1 version of your character, 2, 3, and it has different routes. So you got different endings you can get. You can take like, I think 4 or 5 different routes, and each route gives you a different ending, and it's off the chain, ladies and gentlemen. They got my boy Skate, Axel, Blaze, Hard. You can play with old girl from some of the boss characters on. He played Mr. X on there. He played with the gay homosexual character Ash that only came out of Japan. You can play with all those characters. Shiva. All those characters are packed into this game, and it's free to play. Like I said, if you can find it somewhere. Because my motto is, not my motto, a lot of people's motto is, if it's on the internet, you can find it somewhere. Good luck with that. I ain't going to show you where it is, because, I can get in trouble, because, basically, technically, that game is not supposed to be out there no more, because they gave Bomber Games a cease and desist order. But still, if y'all Google it on the internet, I'm pretty sure you can find it. I highly recommend you download it. It's worth the download. I will buy this game. Streets of Rage Remake actually came out to buy. I would pay cash money for this game. That's how great it is. Bunch of fans got together and did an excellent game. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 12 has to be Streets of Rage Remake. right, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 11 has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Rescue Palooza. Wow. I know a lot of y'all probably never heard of this game. This is a fan-made game. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section. That one guy that's a diehard Turtles fan like me and you who watched this video, and he made this beat-em-up. And this beat-em-up has every turtle character you can think of. Not only the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in this game, but they got characters all from the movie, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, the TV show. Everybody in there, man. You can play with April O'Neil in here. You can play with Bebop, Rocksteady. You can play with the Bunny Rabbit from the series that never, not that's on another game I'm gonna talk about. You can play with characters from all through the TV series. I don't think this guy left out any characters from the Turtle series or movies or TV shows or whatever. He packed it all in this game. He did an excellent job with it. I think it's 4-player co-op, free to play. Just when you just Google, I tell you what, just Google Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Rescue Palooza. You'll find it because this is free to play. It don't cost you a dime, and it's a fan-made game. And the guy that did this game, he did an excellent job. He packed all your favorite Turtles lore, and it's all into this game, ladies and gentlemen. He did an excellent job. Just for him doing this game, I have to give this man some credit. Good job, creator of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Rescue Palooza. I highly recommend y'all go download this. Like I said, it's free to play. And this was, this one they get no cease and desist or it's out on PC exclusive. But it's still an excellent game. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 10 has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Rescue Palooza. All right, ladies, we're at number 10 at the halfway point. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys and girls for sticking with me for so long. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 10 has to be Quit Today. Wow. Now, Quit Today, ladies and gentlemen, is started off as a PC exclusive. This game is off the chain, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. One of my favorite PC games of all time. I think this game came out on all bundle consoles right now. I know it's on the Switch. It may be on PS4 and PS5 and all the rest of them, but I know it's on the Switch. But it's an awesome game, ladies and gentlemen. It's a game, if you're having a stressful time at work, play this game, ladies and gentlemen, because this game just relieves all stress from the stressful job. This game is about the main character. He comes into work one day and he works for a whole bunch of robots. They kept telling him, "Don't you want to quit? Don't you want to quit?" He said, "No, I don't want to quit. I want to just keep working." He said, "No, you want to quit? You want to quit, don't you?" He said, "No, I don't want to quit." He said, "Well, if you don't quit, we're gonna force you to quit and not give you no service pay." He said, "Well, I'll fight you for us." And next thing you know, he's fighting to save his co-workers and take down this corrupt job system, and just try to save the day. I think there's some damsels in distress in here, but it's an awesome beat 'em up, ladies and gentlemen. Got that Persona 5 art style look to it, and it's an awesome beat 'em up, ladies. And I highly recommend you buy it. Like I said, it used to be a PC exclusive, but I know it's out on the Nintendo Switch. I'm pretty sure it's out on PS5 and Xbox also, ladies and gentlemen. It's a modern beat 'em up. I highly recommend you pick it up. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 20, not number 20, I'm tripping, 20. Anyway, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 10 has to be Quit Today. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 9 has to be Rah Rah Boom. Wow, the Rah Rah Boom, ladies and gentlemen, I just played last year. It's an awesome game, ladies and gentlemen. It's about play with 4 hot chilies that gotta come take back the world from AI. AI done took over the world, and you know the humans had to abandon Earth and go out live out there in space somewhere. So some type of way you gotta go back to Earth and try to save. Not save, but take back Earth from the enemy AI that done took over. AI, ladies and gentlemen, something serious. But 4 hot chili, this is a little Ree. I like her. I like all of them, ladies and gentlemen. You played. This was it wasn't no PC exclusive. It was on Game Pass. I don't know if it's still on Game Pass. It came out on PC and all the modern consoles, ladies and gentlemen. I highly recommend you pick this game up. It's an independent game. Shout out to the independent developers that helped make this game. I really enjoyed Rah Rah Boom. I even bought the soundtrack. Oh, Rah Rah Boom. That soundtrack. Listen to the soundtrack of Rah Rah Boom gets me so hype. Love Rah Rah Boom soundtrack. You check out my channel, click the link in the description. On Mondays, I play number of video game music and anime music all day on my radio station. So check it out, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not already. Links in the description. I highly recommend you pick up Rah Rah Boom. It's a sleeper, 4-player co-op, off the chain. Loved it. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 9 has to be Rah Rah Boom.
The first time it went rogue, and it's had 20 years to learn from us. Whew, that should make them think twice.
Do robots think?
That was the point. They built Zoe to learn. They just didn't know what.
Oh, snap. My
Bet the
bad, boss
programmers
lady.
regret
You died already. That's my fault. That's on me.
that one.
Oh, man. You made me switch already? Okay. No worries. You got a gun. Put white skirt on.
Do you ever wonder if this is actually what Earth is like? Of course. I mean, it's kind of my job.
I bet the air smells weird.
I'm more worried about what Zoe's got waiting for us.
You're right. But it's not counting on a generation of post-war kids. Lean, mean, and ready to take Earth back.
Maybe someday.
Show them why they should be afraid of the Station 26 cheer team.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is another one I played last year. Sleep, a lot of people hate on this one. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 8 has to be School Hero. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, School Hero is a PC exclusive. And guess what? You can get this game for a cheap $5, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I didn't lie. I didn't just BS you. For $5, you can get one of the greatest beat 'em ups ever made, ladies and gentlemen. That's why it makes this list. Awesome game, ladies and gentlemen. You play with Hero, who's at a new school, and next thing you know, everybody was looking at him like, ooh, and some girls like, will you marry me, Hero? But all of a sudden, when he helped Emma up, and they kidnapped Emma, and you gotta go through, beat up a whole bunch of punks in school and save Emma, because they worship Emma like she's some type of goddess or something. It's crazy what they do to Emma, but you gotta save her from all the crazy folks at that school, and you go through the game, do a lot of beat 'em ups, ladies and beat 'em ups at its finest. They ain't trying to push no agenda in this game. If it wasn't broke, they didn't try to fix it. Awesome animated art style, ladies and gentlemen. I highly recommend you buy this game, ladies and gentlemen. $5. Shit, I would have paid $60 for this game, ladies and gentlemen. That's how great it is. Shout out to the School Hero developer that helped make this. He or she gave me a compliment when I first talked about School Hero, when I did a review on it and everything. Y'all go check all this stuff out on my channel if you want to. I did a full playthrough of School Hero. Also, you can see the review, what I thought about the whole game. Obviously, I liked it because it's making this list. Of course, that's kind of like a spoiler, but still, it's an awesome game, ladies. I highly recommend you got it. And $5, you can't go wrong with $5. My PC players out there, PC only, unfortunately, need to come out on console. I highly recommend you pick this up. Ain't but $5. You be through with it. It's a great game. I'm probably gonna go back and play through it. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 8 has to be School Hero.
carry you 2 more floors.
Yeah.
Hold on, Emma. I'm almost there.
Let's see if you can block my spinning attack. Yeah, your spin attack ain't no joke. If you're thinking quit now is the right time, bro. Yes, 3 souls. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep this party rolling. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 7 has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is like as some of them like to say, a Turtles game come true, ladies and gentlemen. This is off the chain, ladies and gentlemen. It came out on PS4, PS5, Switch, PC. It's out on all your modern consoles, ladies and gentlemen. This game is off the chain, ladies and gentlemen. This game is about you can play with actually play with April O'Neil on here. She up there helping you fight instead of being a damsel in distress, which I don't know about how I feel about that, but still, that's cool that she fight. Then you got Casey Jones, she unlockable character on there. Then you buy the DLC, you can unlock the rabbit, I forgot his name. You can unlock Shredder's daughter, she's on there. Then there's 2 other characters they added with the last DLC. I paid for that too. I got all that, ladies and gentlemen. I played this game, played through it a whole bunch of times. How many times I beat this game? Beat this game first on Game Pass. Shout out to my youngest brother, because it first came out on Game Pass. And I first beat it on Game Pass. Then I beat it again with my homie. Shout out to my homie Dave and Marv. We beat it with them on Nintendo Switch. Then I beat it again on when I bought it for the PS4. Then I beat it again. Shout out to my homie Dex. I beat it with him, so that's 4 times. Then I beat it again with my homie 2D. I beat this game at least 5 times. And every time I enjoy playing through it, Legend, because it never gets bored. It's got all your Turtles games, Turtle characters in there, and you trying to get Shredder because he done went crazy, want to get his revenge. And it's just a great beat 'em up, ladies and gentlemen. Hack and slash, beat 'em up slash beat 'em up at its finest. I highly recommend you pick this game up. It's out on all the modern consoles. Pick it up, ladies and gentlemen. Do yourself this service for not picking this game up. I highly recommend you pick it up. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 7 has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 6 has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Dude Collection. Wow, this Cowabunga Collection, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I know y'all, what y'all think? Double Dragon, that ain't modern. Yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen. Cowabunga Collection is a collection of all the old school Turtles games packed on one disc. It came out on PS4, it's out on PS5 now, PC, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch. They're not on Switch 2 yet, but you got any one of those consoles I just named or PC, you can play this game, ladies and gentlemen. It comes with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1, 2, 3, 4, Turtles in Time. The arcade game. Then you got a lot of the Game Boy games there. They even threw in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fighting game, the Super Nintendo version, of course, and the Sega trash Sega version, but it's in there. All is on one disc, ladies and gentlemen. Instead of having to go try to download all this stuff on main, you just buy it on one disc. Shout out to my youngest brother. He hooked me up with this for my birthday some years back, and I've been held on to it ever since then, ladies and gentlemen. I highly recommend you pick this game up. Not only as a Turtles fan, you do yourself a disservice not to pick up these games because Konami made it easy. They made it put it all on one disc where you don't have to go search for it on main, which I ain't mind. I had it on main too. Shout out to my brother, my homie Ben. He hooked me up with all the main games, but I ain't got to go search for them now. They're automatically on one disc, and I got me a physical copy. I highly recommend you buy you one. Pick it up anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think it's on Switch 2 yet. But who knows, they might put it on there. But if they do put it on Switch 2, they put it on a game key card, don't buy it. Don't buy no game key card. Don't support Nintendo greedy self with that. Anyway, this is my little rant for today. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 6 has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Collection. Let's keep moving.
Not new stuff.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we at number 5. We at the halfway point. Once again, thank you guys and girls for sticking with me for so long. Now, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 5, I'm gonna throw a little monkey wrench at you on this one, is Capcom Beat 'em Up Bundle. Wow. Now, Capcom Beat 'em Up Bundle, ladies and gentlemen, is actually a collaboration of all your old school beat 'em ups, ladies and gentlemen. It came out, when did this game came out? I'm not for sure. I have it going up there. 2018, actually. It is modern. But it's out on PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. And I need to get the physical version of this. But this game comes with a whole bunch of beat 'em ups. Let me call them out to you. Final Fight, Captain Commando, The King of the Dragons. The King of Dragons, Knights of the Round, Warriors of Fate, that's the weakest link in my opinion, Armored Warriors, and Battle Circuit. Yeah, Battle Circuit, this first time ever on the console. But this is good, ladies and gentlemen. I enjoyed it. Every one of them that's on here, I beat all of them. I beat Final Fantasy, I'm tripping. I'm garbage trash. Final Fight, I beat Captain Commando, I beat the King of the Dragons, beat Knights of the Round. I think I beat Armored Warriors and Battle Circuit. I have not beat Warriors of Fate because it really didn't entice me that much. But it's a great collection to have, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to know where you can get all those classic beat 'em ups I just named out for you, buy the beat 'em up bundle. It shouldn't cost that much, ladies and gentlemen. It's out on all the modern consoles. You know, if you got a PS5, you can download the PS4 version. And if you got your Xbox, I think an Xbox Series X or S, you can also download the Xbox One version. So I highly recommend you get the Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle. Come with all those classics. You know, Otherwise, you would have the guy to try to hunt them down on main. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games on one collection, and that's a pretty good collection if I do say so myself. Capcom, y'all need to bring out another collection, ladies. Capcom, bring us out Alien vs Predator, please. Well, yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 5 has to be Capcom Beat 'em Up Bump. Moving right along. Moving right along. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 4 has to be Maiden Cops. Wow, now, ladies and gentlemen, Maiden Cops is a beat 'em up. It probably get made fun of because there's a lot of good fan service in this game. Like I tell y'all, I'm a straight man. I don't mind me some good fan service in this game. Baby about anthropomorphic, I'm probably saying that wrong. Female cops look hot, and you basically trying to take back your city because the city done run rogue. And it's, if you like Streets of Rage mixed with hot anthropomorphic girls, you love this game, ladies and gentlemen. I know it catches a lot of flack because of the fan service, but I ain't got no problem with the fan service. It's amazing. It was a PC exclusive at the time I played it, but now it's out on all consoles. It's out on PS4, PS5. It's on all of them now, and you need to pick this up, ladies and gentlemen. And then I think they're gonna make a physical version of it. Shout out to East Asia Soft. Hopefully they'll bring this game on out, because I always wanted a physical version of this, and I'm happy that they're getting the physical version. And Lord willing, I'm gonna try to pre-order it and go and get this one. Although I don't do pre-orders with nobody but Amazon and GameStop now. But Maiden Cops is amazing, ladies. If you like beat 'em ups mixed with hot girls, you would like this one, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't got no problem with it. Fun beat 'em up at its finest. I ain't got no problem with it. Shout out to Pippin Games. I think that's who made it. Shout out to y'all. They gave me a thumbs up whenever I did their video. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Glee Games too, for give me a thumbs up whenever I did Rah Rah Boom video. Shout out to you indie developers. We appreciate y'all. And letting y'all know, keep doing what you do. Keep making y'all games from the heart. Don't try to push no agenda. You get a thumbs up from Double Dragon 912. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 4 has to be Maiden Cops. Let's keep moving. Yeah, pick up the small items. I like that. Very unique. I like that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the last 3. Once again, thank you guys and girls for sticking with me for so long. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 3 has to be Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds. Wow, something like that. I may have got the title wrong, but it's Phantom Breaker something. Marvel Beat 'em Up just came out last year, ladies and gentlemen. This is a remaster of an old school Xbox 360 Xbox arcade game that I still got. Still got my 360, although it don't get much love. Sorry, 360, ain't nothing really I need to play on you right now. It's a hack and slash, ladies and gentlemen, chibi art style hack and slash game. A lot of big enemies coming at you, ladies and gentlemen. You pick up all type of sword. You pick up swords, weapons, and it's a great hack and slash, ladies and gentlemen. And it's I don't know if it's an arena-based fighting game. It's just you can go back. What's so tight about this game? You go back and forth in the environment. Sometimes you be in the background, and sometimes you jump to the foreground, which kind of tight. I think they kind of got that from Fatal Fury. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments section. Either way, we updated it first. They did it the best. It wasn't broke. They tried to fix it. They did a hack and slash at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Tight little storyline to go to it. I think it's 4-player co-op. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments section. Maybe online co-op. I'm not for sure. But I had picked this game up last year sometime, and I got it on the PS5. Y'all know my whole spiel about how Amazon was tripping on that one, but I still picked it up. Shout out to eBay. And it's an awesome game to have. I highly recommend you pick it up. I think it's coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Number 3 is Phantom Breaker Battleground. Moving right along. Moving right along. Last time I played with the music, this time I played with the sword too. Back in the day, Microsoft had kept on their path. The 360, they could have been. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 2 has to be Fallen City Brawl. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, this is as modern as you can get. This game came out on the PC. I don't know if it came out on consoles yet. It's supposed to be out on consoles for a while ago, but I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments section. If it's came out on consoles yet, because I think the developer did say he's gonna bring it on consoles, but right now it's a PC exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. It's got that old school art style, old school feel to it, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, you play as 3 or 4 different characters. You trying to take back your streets from these gangsters that took it over. It's like a fallen city, and y'all trying to pick it back up and get it back to functioning again, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all band together, try to come together and fight for your life, just to save your city, ladies and gentlemen. It's also beat 'em up, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't got none of that agenda pushing crap in it. Ain't trying to push no agenda. It's a straight up clean, fun beat 'em up. They don't make beat 'em ups like this no more, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, if you play the beat 'em up in the arcade back in the day, you'll love Fallen City Brawl. It's got that arcade beat 'em up style to it, and it's off the chain. Shout out to Mike. I think that's his name. Shout out to you, homie, for making such a great and awesome beat 'em up. We appreciate you. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 2 on my top 20 favorite modern beat 'em ups of all time has to be Fallen City Brawl. Let's keep moving. Yeah. Pick that up too, okay. I'll take that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to number 1. And my number 1 favorite modern beat 'em up of all time, 2026 as of now, is Streets of Rage 4. Wow, the Streets of Rage 4, ladies and gentlemen, was a game long time coming. We have been begging for a Streets of Rage 4 for years on top of years on top of years, and Sega would never listen to us. And eventually Sega listened, and they formed it out to, I think, was it Lizard Cube or Guard Crush? I can't remember who did it. Sega just slapped their name on top of it. But they did an excellent job with Streets of Rage 4, ladies and gentlemen. I think it takes place 20 years after Streets of Rage 3, and you know, Mr. X is back up to it again, except it's not Mr. X this time, it's his children acting a donkey. Now we gotta go and put his children in places. He got a daughter and a son that's acting crazy. They're just doing all type of stuff, corrupting the police force, and you, of course, being the vigilante that you is, you got to go and save the streets. A lot of people was hating on the art style of this game. I ain't had no problem with the art style of the game. It looks pretty. I ain't got no problem with the art style of the game. Looks good. I can't complain. You could play with Skate. Yeah, you can play with Skate. He's an unlockable character on here. But the main crew you can play with is Axel, Blaze, Hot, Skate's niece. You can play with Adam's daughter. That's Skate. His daughter is, of course, Skate's niece, but you play with Adam on here. You can unlock Max, unlock Shiva, and you can. What's so tight about this game, to please all the fans, they made it where you can play with the old school Streets of Rage characters, and Streets of Rage 2 and Streets of Rage, Streets of Rage 1 and Streets of Rage 3 old school characters you can play with. You can play with Axel from Streets of Rage 1 or Axel from Streets of Rage 3. Play with Blaze from Streets of Rage 1 or Blaze from Streets of Rage 3, and you play Blaze from Streets of Rage 4. You can play with Skate on here. You play with Max from Streets of Rage 2, and you can also play with Max from Streets of Rage 4. They packed everything in this game, and they did it right. Oh man, Streets of Rage 4 is such an amazing game, ladies and gentlemen. It did numbers, it did good. Sega did a great job with Streets of Rage 4 by letting them cats do it. If they're gonna make a Streets of Rage 5, they need to let them do Streets of Rage 5. Shout out to Yuzoko Zero, he did some tracks on here. I'll let Yuzoko Zero did my whole soundtrack, but you know, they said they wanted to do their own thing. At least they let him on. At first, I know he did more than just one stage, one theme on this game, but I know for a fact the stage select screen, that's Yuzoko Zero. That's him through and through. You can tell he got a certain style, a certain way he does music. His music on this game, at least that track, I can't speak for the rest of them because I remember what all tracks he put out there, but he put more than just one. But the one I heard off the chain, I could just sit and listen to it on beat. It's some good walking music, ladies and gentlemen. Listening to Streets of Rage 4 stage select soundtrack. Oh, not stage select, but character select soundtrack gets me so hype. Shout out to Yuzoko Zero for making another awesome mix. Like I said, I wouldn't let him do the whole soundtrack for me, but hey, they didn't want to do that. At least they let him on and thought about the fans on that. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps it up, ladies and gentlemen, for my top 20 favorite modern beat-em-ups of all time. Leave comments below, ladies and gentlemen, your top 20 favorite modern beat-em-ups of all time. I would really like to know down below in the comment section. I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys and girls once again so much for watching. Stay tuned for more great videos like this on the way. Double Dragon 912 signing out. Peace out.